Morning. So what am I doing today's video? Today's video, I'm going to show you probably one of the toughest projects I've ever done in my life as far as a lawn goes. We are going to take the natural area between the house and the pond, which has been, when we got here, was just absolutely just a junk pile full of trees or debris, old swing sets, gas tanks, gas grills. It was just a nasty, nasty, nasty mess. But I'm going to turn that into a grassy area. And I'm not going to keep you in suspense. I'm going to show you the before and after right away. But before I do, this lawn's looking pretty good, but I am starting to suffer. I'll tell you right now, I'm starting to suffer from a little bit of fungus. It's hot, it's wet, it's so humid. I'm at Lowe's at 7:30 this morning and I'm sweating my butt off. It is very hot, 90 degrees, 100% humidity out here. This area was nasty when we first bought this place. I basically did the same thing. I came in here with a skid steer. I scraped when we planted, and it turned out pretty nice. This back area over here, let me get a place where the sun's not blasting us. This back area over here was the same thing. It was all nasty scrap trees. It was horrible looking, and I came in here and did the same thing. Scrape, time after time, and pulled all this crap out of here. And now that's kind of a nice little green field. It's real pretty up there. This is the farmhouse project that we spent a whole year redoing. We took this place down to bones. We added that sunroom, and the sunroom looks out on the beautiful pond. But the problem is between the pond and the house, you had that nasty area. So here's what it looks like now. So of course we have our gravel road system all around, and we're using railroad ties versus stones to give it more of a lodgy look. Now the railroad ties are not set in place yet. I just put them there because it's the last day with my skid steer and they're heavy. So I just set them in place kind of. But look at this, what a difference, man. I am just really, really impressed. Even Ryan said, I was a little bit worried when we started this. He said, but I'll tell you what, man. He said, this came out really nice. This is actually a lot smoother than I thought. So I'll walk you through the steps that I'm doing here. I'll show you the massive debris pile I've got over there that we pulled out of here. It took 4 of us a day and a half just to get it down to this point. I'll talk about what products I'm putting down here, and then I'll talk about the grass seeds that I'm putting down. But today I'm on the final stages where we're going to put down PGF Complete. We're going to put down Dirt Booster and Humichar down here, and we're going to rake it again and put some fast growing 3 to 5 day germination seed just to get it in here, because I am going to have a problem. That problem is going to be as the water comes down, it's going to want to wash out. We're going to have to deal with that. I went to Lowe's, I picked up 10 bales of wheat straw. So once we get it done, we're going to put the wheat straw on, and we'll go from there. So I'll just put up a bunch of crappy videos for you guys. All right, so my equipment is here. I'll show you what I'm running this week. I'm running just a little mini excavator, and the reason why I'm using the mini is because of the bucket width. It's a 12-inch bucket, and I want to dig shallow channels, so I don't want to go to a larger excavator. Then I've got the T550 skid steer. Love skid steers. I've got 2 buckets. I've got the bucket with teeth, and all you do is basically there are 2 little handles here. Lift it up, drop it off, and then sitting over there I got the smooth bucket. So the smooth bucket we're going to use to flatten out some of these road bumps that we've got now that all the big trucks are off the property. We can actually go ahead and start fixing these roads, but I need to dig. Let me just walk up and give you an example. So right here, so we always have water pool in here, and it creates these big bumps. So what I want to do with the excavator is I want to come in here and I want to cut a channel through here and let all this water that's coming down and pooling here, let that water drain out, and we'll just fill that with gravel. The same thing, there's about 4 spots up there, and then I have 1 spot up there, and we'll do that on any of these areas that sort of gather water. My kill treatment is done. Today I'm supposed to have a truckload of topsoil brought in, so I need to clear out a spot, I think, where I'm gonna have them dump the topsoil. But see that down there? That's a bucket for my skid steer. Now that's a bucket with teeth. And what I plan to do is I plan to sort of just spend probably several hours just raking this whole property in here, because there's so much crap. And I don't know what else I'm gonna pull up when I do this. You can see all the rocks. I got bricks. There's all kinds of bricks and rocks. There's tree roots in here. This is a piece of old countertop or something. There's stones over there. There's a piece that has a long metal pole over there. So I have to come through here and actually rake this whole thing, clean it up. Now, I do not think, I'm not trying to make this a beautiful lawn. What I'm trying to do is just plant something in here that'll stop washout, number one. Something that can take this heat. So I want something that can just take this gets a lot of sun. And something that's really aggressive growing. So what should I plant? Common Bermuda. Now the common Bermuda, unlike a fine Bermuda that you'd use on a really nice lawn, has a thicker blade, it's more aggressive growing, and it's a pain in the butt if we have it. It's outlawed in some states actually. But up in the fields, if you start to get Bermuda into your fields, it's a real pain in the butt because it's so aggressive. So that's the perfect choice for here, I think. All right, so Ryan's gonna take John and Jeff up to the back field. They're gonna clear out a trail so we can drive down. So we can actually drive down into the woods down there. I actually sprayed it yesterday. Why the black man always got right in the back? Because he's the skinniest, that's why. Jeff, the guy sitting in the back, was over there weed eating yesterday and hit a yellow jacket's nest, got stung. They had to go get an EpiPen for him because he's allergic. I'm like, dude, you need to have one in the truck. So now he's got an EpiPen in the truck. I said, I'll pay for it, just get an extra one and keep it here. Ryan's coming back. Let me show you what this thing does. So I've got the teeth on it. And this is the very first pass, you can see. And we're starting to just tear out all this crap, and that's what I want to do. I want to tear out all this crap, make some channels. I mean, look at this stuff. Granite. What the hell is that? There's metal rods, there's boards, 2x4s. My little boy's all grown up. I'm so proud of him. So this morning I showed him how to run the excavator, had him take it up to the gate. And I said, heck, hop on this thing. I gave him a little course on it, so he's never driven one before. They're actually pretty easy to operate. So let him have some fun. Can you see what we're doing here? We're We're just tearing this ground all up, and what we're pulling out is all this crap. This crap, I mean, it's everywhere. There's stones, there's rocks, there's metal posts. All this stuff has to come up, and then my whole crew, all three of them will come out and they'll start picking all this crap up tomorrow morning. I had 18 yards, a big truckload of topsoil delivered. It's actually pretty good looking stuff. It's actually brown in color, which is nice. This load does not have the wood chips like the other load does. This is just regular, nice topsoil. And so I'll be taking some of that and smoothing it out and putting about, I guess I could probably put about an inch and a half over here. Then what are we gonna seed? We're gonna do 2 seeds, something that'll germinate fast. So maybe a rye mix and a contractor mix, a fescue mix, and then Bermuda. This area is dry and gets pounded with sun over there. It needs to have common Bermuda. That's what we're doing. I'm not trying to make this a beautiful lawn. I'm just trying to turn this into, let's call it like a park setting, not a lawn. So I've got this big, beautiful pond, and I want to take this. The other thing I've done is I've ordered some more railroad ties. We put railroad ties around the house, and I'm going to get railroad ties, and we're going to put railroad ties all along this road frontage. My irrigation guy eventually will come in and put some heads in here. We'll irrigate this. That should look really nice. If you don't think this crap is hard, if you don't think we've pulled a lot of crap out of here, let me show you the debris piles. I'm not talking about this little pile, that little pile. Let me show you the pile that I've been accumulating back here. I can't believe I haven't picked up a snake yet. John called me, he was down here. Dude, you got a big 5-foot black snake down here. I said, dude, just leave him alone. Just move away. He hates snakes. Look at this pile. Now this thing, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this crap. I mean, there's hoses, there's pipes, there's all kinds of stuff. Now this thing is 8 feet wide and probably 4 feet tall, all in here. Okay, so I scraped and scraped and scraped. The guys came out here, cut, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. We got the bulk of all the crap out of here. There's still little roots sticking up and stuff, but that's fine. We'll just cut them. So then I had Ryan come through while I still had those lines on the ground. I had Ryan throw a whole bag of that contractor mix out. And then I switched buckets, and what I've been doing is I've been dragging smooth bucket here. So that contractor mix went down, and now I've been smooth bucking it. And you can see, even Ryan said it looks pretty good. And you even said, I was surprised at how good this soil looked even without the topsoil.
Yeah, it's not as much red clay or anything, just a good brown color to it.
It was actually a nice brown color, so I was happy with that. I really didn't have enough topsoil to do like 2 or 3 inches. There's probably about an inch to 2 inches on this whole thing. So I scraped it one way, and then what I did, I just came back and I dragged it diagonal up. Now Ryan's gonna hold that bag up so I can see what I'm using. That's all I'm using. That's the cheap, common Bermuda grass. And so he's gonna spread one bag of that out now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna re-smooth this whole thing again. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back and we're gonna put another bag out and we're gonna rake this. And then we'll start watering, and hopefully something will take. Now I've got a bag, just so you know, supposedly today, I forget the name of it. It's this really fast germinating Italian ryegrass. It says 3 to 5 days. So I'm gonna come out, we're gonna put that down because we've got rain coming in and we're gonna have an issue of washout here for sure. So we'll just see what happens. We'll play it by ear. We may have to come out here and rake and rake and rake and do whatever. So anyways, so we're gonna call that phase 1 of this project. Exhausting, hot, humid, 14-hour days working this. So we've got it to the point where it's manageable now and we can actually put down seed. In the next video, hit that red subscribe button wherever it is. In the next video, which will be out in the next day or two, I'll show you the finishing phase of this, which is, okay, what seeds am I putting down and why am I putting them down? I'm putting down 3 different types of seeds. Why am I putting them down? What type of soil amendments am I putting down? What am I doing to improve the soil? What am I doing as far as fertilizers going? So that'll be phase 2 that I'll put up here in a couple days, and I'll show you the finished project of it. I do have irrigation. The irrigation guy came out today. We're talking about putting 6 heads and 2 stations out there, and I may, until he gets here, I may even grab one of my large irrigation sprinklers and pump water out of the pond onto this stuff if we get a dry period, because I want to keep that seed wet. So anyways, hit subscribe so you don't miss that video, otherwise you're going to miss it. And it's actually pretty cool, the finished project that we're doing out here. Talk to you later. Doc.